Good morning, Europe, and welcome to Together Digitally, the extra special and technically courageous online conference of Ecsite, the European network of science centres and museums. This event is open to all professionals in the science engagement field and free to attend thanks to the generosity of Ecsite members. And speaking of which, a huge warm welcome to those members of the Ecsite network and our conference regulars. And a huge hello to those discovering the Ecsite community for the very first time. It's a wonderful family to be a part of, and trust me, you won't regret it. My name is Brad Irwin, and normally I'm the head of international partnerships at the Natural History Museum in London, and I'm also a member of the Ecsite Annual Conference Programming Committee, but today I will be just one of your hosts. I'm also joined by an incredibly wonderful colleague known to many of you. She is equal parts hilarious, creative, brainy. She is my partner in crime, my dear friend, Dorothée Vatinel. Dorothée, how are you?
Hello, Brad. I'm very fine, thank you. I don't know if I'm hilarious, creative, or brainy, but I'm very happy to be here with all of you and to be your partner in crime for sure.
So Dorothée, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and where you work?
Well, I work at la Cité des Sciences et de l'Industrie, Universcience, Paris. I'm a curator. I design many exhibitions for kids and families. And I love to visit all kinds of museums. But I'm also a member of the Ecsite Conference Program Committee, as you, Brad.
And tell me, Dorothée, just how many Ecsite conferences have you been to?
I can't say exactly. I've been to many Ecsite conferences. Each time it was amazing. Such intelligence and friendship at the same time in different European cities, right? I really do enjoy this event. And today I'm looking forward to experiences the new digital moment of this Ecsite conference with all of you.
Well, Dorothée, I really can't think of anyone better to help us navigate this new conference world that we're embarking on today.
Yeah, Brad, but do you remember that we need a pass for each Ecsite conference? Do you already have yours?
Dorothée, I don't. Once again, I've forgotten to get my pass.
But don't worry, Brad, I know you well. So, is it yours? I think yours.
Are you going to pass it to me through the screen?
Exactly. Are you ready? On what side? This side. On the other side. Yeah. So, you have your pass. I have mine. So I put it here. So I think that now we are ready to go.
Amazing. Well, today itself is pretty surreal, as it was supposed to be the beginning of the 31st Ecsite conference hosted in Ljubljana, Slovenia by the Kiršnikova Institute. But whilst COVID-19 has changed our plans a little, our desire to remain connected stays extra strong.
Sorry, the Ecsite Day, my pass, it's very important. The Ecsite Day is part of a series of events called Ecsite Online. Ecsite members have been meeting once a week since March in so-called drop-ins to share their responses to the pandemic. A series of public webinars started mid-May on topics ranging from decolonizing the museum to misinformation and will continue until the end of June. Next week, for example, on 19th of June, we'll also have an entire day dedicated to businesses. But Brad, what are we doing today?
Well, we know that what attendees value in conferences is the opportunity to step away from their sort of busy professional lives, reflect on their practice, learn new skills, and connect with their peers. So today we have a pretty awesome program allowing you to do just that. So we have got keynotes and classic panels. We've got networking moments so that you will remain connected to one another. We have 2 interactive sessions with our gaming and tinkering friends. And wait for it, we even have a pub quiz. We also have lots of breaks planned throughout the day. And of course, we'll have time for lunch so you can relax and network. So forget about your emails. Don't worry about doing the dishes or your laundry, and spend the day recharging your professional batteries. Now, the full detailed program can be found in the Ecsite app, which we'll tell you a little bit more about in a few minutes. But speaking about the day, Dorothée, I see you have something special next to you, some sort of magical Ecsite mailbox, which will help us to symbolize who we are as a community and what we're getting up to today.
Yeah, you know, Brad, I miss the real life Ecsite conference. But thanks to this magic box just here, I will be able to recreate the atmosphere at Ecsite at home. Indeed, this magical Ecsite mailbox is a little bit like the suitcase of Mary Poppins. And Brad, you can't imagine what is in it. But I don't control it completely. It can get out objects throughout the day. For instance, here is a puzzle coming from the Experimentarium Museum in Copenhagen, which hosted last year's conference, Ecsite conference. And do you remember, Brad, how great it was this 30th anniversary? In French, this puzzle is named casse-tête, meaning breakhead. But I promise I won't play with it today, Brad.
Well, I look forward to seeing this collection of Ecsite-related objects grow and evolve. Now, Dorothée, to celebrate our co-hosting, I actually have a little gift for you, which represents something classically British.
Ooh.
I'm going to use Royal Mail to kind of send it your way.
Okay.
It might take a while. They've been a little slow as of late.
It's coming. Here it is. Wow, it's magic. Thank you, my partner in crime. Open it later. I like to build suspense.
Now, whilst Dorothée starts to dive into that magical Ecsite mailbox and starts to put different objects on the table, let me tell you what's coming up. First of all, we'll hear from Ecsite President, and we'll discover the Ecsite app together. Then at 10:30, we'll have the pleasure to hear a keynote speech by anthropologist and futurologist Nicolas Nova, who'll be talking about design fiction as a way to imagine possible near futures. We'll enjoy a 30-minute break at 11:30, and we will be back together at noon with an art and science interview and a gaming session. Now, Dorothée, like magic, I see that box has given you several objects. Can you tell me a little bit more about them?
Yes, with pleasure. Let's start with the Earth. You know, Brad, the Ecsite is mainly a European network, but of course, we welcome people from all over the world. Then we have some books coming from different science museums, but also art and science museum in link to the interview we have today. And there is also this beautiful starfish. But don't worry, Brad, I didn't steal it in your museum in London. And I have here something very strange. It is a vase of power for the science engagement. And for the lovers of botany, will you be able to recognize which plant is presented here?
I love how you're asking me all these natural history questions that maybe the people in the audience will be able to tell you that answer. Now, before we start, Dorothée, I think we have some technical matters to address.
Yeah. So a few notes on making the days as seamless as possible. So please use the Q&A section to ask questions of panelists and speakers. You can also vote on questions you want to be answered. There is also a chat function to the right of your screen, which you can use to talk to one another. So Q&A for questions and chat for general gossip. There is also a help desk on Zoom. You'll find the link in the email you've received from Crowdcast with useful links and tips for the day. And finally, if you use Twitter, then make sure you use the hashtag #ExciteOnline.
Now, speaking of Twitter, I think we should do a quick little selfie. So see if you can see that, Dorothée.
Yeah.
Should we do a quick smile? Voila. I'll send that very soon using hashtag #ExciteOnline. And one other technical matter, if for any reason your computer freezes, the very best thing for you to do is to just refresh your browser, and hopefully it will bring you back to us. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I've had a few technical issues. I've been madly refreshing screens underneath my laptop. So, on to our first session. I'd like to introduce Herbert Münder, General Manager of Universum in Bremen, Germany, and President of Ecsite, who has a pre-recorded a welcome video from his newly reopened Science Center.
Dear colleagues, dear friends, dear Ecsite family, I welcome you all to the Ecsite Day. It is a strange situation to be in Bremen, just inside Universum Bremen, and to address you wherever you are. I would have loved to be in Ljubljana to welcome you to an annual conference of Ecsite, but times are different. I would be more than happy if I could say the crisis is over. But we all know that this is not the case and that we are far from going back to a normal situation. Some of us have already reopened the museum or science center like we did 2 weeks ago. Some of you might just prepare concepts for reopening. And some of you might even not know when you will be allowed to reopen again. The process of reopening is connected to a lot of questions and challenges we have to solve. But finally, when you welcome your guests back again in your institution, you will see how happy they are. For the guests, the opportunity to visit a science center, a museum, a zoo, a botanical garden, etc., is just a step towards a normal life, a life which they knew from the past. COVID-19 pandemic is not only a huge challenge, but it's also an opportunity at the same time. For many laymen, it became obvious how important science is for their daily life. And you, dear science engagement experts, have shown how quick and efficient the field can react. You have developed useful and engaging online content for the different social media channels. Online educational programs have been offered to school classes who do not have a chance to visit us nowadays. In my view, these offers were and are very important, but they can't replace a visit to our institutions. They can't replace a visit to our exhibitions and to our educational workshops. We know that we have to work hard to get our guests back into our institutions, but it is worse. For sure, we have to rethink our offers not only because our life has changed, but also the situation inside schools, for example, will differ completely from the past. This is the moment where we as a network have to work together. It is the moment where we can make use out of Ecsite and out of the Ecsite network. We should share ideas and learn from the experiences of our colleagues. Here, Ecsite helped already very much during the last 2 to 3 months by organizing weekly drop-in sessions, organizing webinars, and collecting resources related to COVID-19. Last but not least, I would like to mention the Ecsite app, which helped us to keep connected digitally, and of course the Ecsite Day. This day has been created and curated in such a short time with the help of the board, the ACPC, and of course the Ecsite team. I want to thank all board members, ACPC members and team members for their engagement and the additional time you all spent to get things done and the creative ideas you developed. I also want to thank all speakers and conveners who agreed to participate and who will make the day a big success. On this special day, we should not forget the team in Ljubljana, who worked so hard, would organize an annual conference without having the opportunity to enjoy the success. Thank you to the whole team in Ljubljana for your engaged activities. The crisis has not been the only reason why the board and the Ecsite team worked very hard during the last couple of months. As it has already been explained last year, we are living in a very fast-changing world. We, as science center, museums, and science engagement institutions, have to be agile, which means also that our network must be agile. Therefore, we decided that the strategy of Ecsite must be reviewed and further developed to secure that you can make the best benefit out of the Ecsite network. Part of this process is to listen to you, to the members, the stakeholders, and the decision makers. Meanwhile, 73 experts have been interviewed, a lot of interesting points were brought to the surface and are discussed further. We learned that Ecsite members valued a lot of things, but we heard also that you would like to push Ecsite further. The listening process is not yet over. Before sharing the ideas with you, there will be still a good chance to participate in these discussions. The next step is an online workshop for CEOs and directors on the 18th of June. In September, just after summer break, we will continue with members' involvement before coming up with strategic opportunities and options in October. I would like to take the opportunity to thank all experts who took part in the interviews and the virtual design sessions for their time and their effort. Let me close my speech with a big thank you to our sponsors. You helped us a lot. You made a real event out of a board's idea. We are grateful for your support. Explicitly, I would like to mention the Kavli Foundation for sponsoring the Nicolas Nova Keynote lecture starting right now. Thank you for listening. I wish you all an interesting and enjoyable Ecsite Day. Let's stay connected, although we don't have the chance to meet each other in reality. Stay safe, and I hope to see you soon.
Okay, I can see from my control screen, which is now properly working, that our attendees are back with us. So welcome back, everyone, and thank you, Herbert, for your speech. That gives us so much hope that we will see visitors back in our venues very soon.
Now, I'd like to introduce someone who is familiar to our community, the wonderful Raquel, who is a communications and events manager of Ecsite. Raquel, how are you today? You're mute, Raquel. We can't hear you.
Very excited. It's been such a roller coaster, Dorothée. You know what I mean. But I'm so happy to be here.
Great. Raquel, I hear that you will be telling us more about the new Ecsite app, your essential networking tool for the day and beyond. And to do this, you've brought another guest with you. Why don't you tell us who he is?
Yes, I brought Auke. He's the web developer who actually created the Ecsite app with the Ecsite team. He's been part of the Ecsite family for so long, actually created the Ecsite website, the Play Decide website, and even helped us turn Spokes digital 5 years ago. Hi, Auke.
Hi.
Hey. Nice, Auke. Welcome to you. How are you today?
Excellent, and good to be here. Thanks.
Well, you two seem ready to tell us everything we need to know about this app, so the floor is yours.
Thanks.
Yeah, so hi everyone. First of all, if you don't have the app yet, go the green button below and app.ecsite.eu also on your desktop, and you can save this. It's a web app, so you can save it on your home screen and it will work like a app on your phone. So yeah, okay. Hi Ellen, when we met you last February in Ljubljana, we didn't have any idea of what this was going to turn out to be. We had lunch together. Do you remember? It was just so delicious, and yeah, the way we imagine it, it was a quite different app. We were thinking of this as a substitute to what people were going to experience at the conference, and we would never want a tool that would just substitute the physical encounters, right? We wanted something to actually facilitate people meeting face to face and be who we are, like very social and meeting each other and talking with each other. So we imagined a tool to help participants navigate an event with 100+ sessions and have meaningful encounters with 1,200 other people. But then the pandemic hit us. Okay, at breakfast, we came up with this concept of newbies and bumblebees. Can you tell the audience about it? And also, like, why did you decide to go for a web app?
Yeah, so the app is there to support the making of meaningful connections, right? And to facilitate networking and new encounters. So we figured it is very useful to understand what role people play in a social network, so you can actually find the person that you should meet. So when you're new to the Ecsite community, you can tag yourself in your profile as a newbie. Are you the one who loves to connect others with the right people? Then claim your Bumblebee badge so everyone knows. It's shown on your profile. And you can filter by the Bumblebee type. About why a web app? Well, this is interesting. Well, one thing that has become crystal clear in the last weeks is just how crucial the open web and progressive web apps have been. Just imagine the process of a standard app to be approved by Google and Apple takes literally weeks and only became longer with COVID-19. So that was definitely not an option. We too needed to be agile and utmost flexible. Web apps are not hosted in an app store, but web-based, and they work directly cross-platform, so for Android and iOS. And they are deployable in the shortest time possible now. So we were able to work literally until the moment that we launched it, which was good.
Yeah, we started February and here we are with an app and we have so many people on it right now. So why don't we start guiding our participants through the app?
Yes, let's go. Well, this morning I checked and we've passed the 1,000 signed up users in the app. So that's already amazing. Now to get started, let's play a game. From the ones that already completed their profile, I noticed someone from Norway holding a plasma ball in her profile picture. So let's see Who in the audience finds her first? Ready? Who will be the first to drop her name on the chat wins. So.
I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat who's in another screen. Come on, people. Who's with the plasma ball? So you said someone from Norway. It's a she. Someone is struggling to download the app. You can do it. app.ecsite.eu.
Directly from the phone.
Directly from the phone.
Yeah.
And now Ellen, yes, someone discovered Ellen, which exactly, okay, can you show us Ellen? Can you also find? Well done, Karen and Erica and Ilyana, and Alex was actually the first one, I think.
Yeah.
Well done, that's Ellen. And actually, I know Ellen. She's part of an Ecsite member organization. Can you guys find out how many colleagues she has already on the app? Ellen, you're famous now. Let's get your colleagues famous too. How many colleagues does Ellen has on the app? Probably need to click 11. Auke, is Sarah right?
I don't know because they're signing up so many people this morning, so I have to check now. So I click on the membership that of Irwin, and there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow, well done, Sarah.
It's actually 10 because 10 colleagues. So
it's no, it's fair enough. I would say the same. I would say 11.
Okay, great. So the interesting part, if I look, hey, they're also hosting the 2021 Ecsite conference, the upcoming conference. Hey, and they're co-hosting with Norwegian Petroleum Museum. Interesting. So you might
didn't know that.
You did. So you might have noticed that you can browse the app without having to complete your profile. But some features in these tools are only available to those who share their stories and pictures with everyone. Right? A short biography, for example, is key to help others find you too. Now, let's try out. Can you find a bumblebee? So someone who helps you connect with the right people, who is based in France and used to be a microbiologist.
A bumblebee based in France who used to be a microbiologist. Who is this person? Let's see.
Yeah. A bumblebee.
I actually used to be a biologist myself, so I was trying to find out who were the other biologists on the app, which quite interesting. Okay.
Hey.
France, that's Nathalie. Nathalie, are you here actually in the audience? Nathalie used to be from the spokes committee. Maybe could I bring you on screen? Say hi on the chat if you would like to be brought on screen, Nathalie. And we could ask you a few more things. Ah, Nathalie, you're here. Nice to see you. It's been like, what, 5 years?
I can't remember, but the memories of the Ecsite conference are so vivid that it's as if it was just a couple of years. Unfortunately, I couldn't have come to Ljubljana, so when I saw that there was an online possibility, I was really excited.
Oh, so good. How are you?
The app, I thought, God, as usual, they're so brilliant.
How are you doing, Nathalie?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm working now in cancer research and still using all the great competence and expertise from the Ecsite community and the science community.
Oh, that's so good.
Hi, Nathalie. We have not met before, but hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Great job with putting all the website and the spokes online. I used to work on the paper version, and we worked on it on the online version. I never knew it was you. Well done.
Okay. Well, my pleasure. I actually noticed that you are one of the first to create a meetup in the app. Could you tell us a bit more about it?
Well, I saw this feature and I thought I want to try everything, and also to help the Ecsite with connecting everybody as well. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, one of the subjects that I'm really interested in is connecting all the citizens with research, particularly in the research that they're involved in. In my case, it's patients, but it could be, I don't know, farmers or citizens, inhabitant of a city or something. So I'm really keen to discuss that. And usually one of the great things of an Ecsite conference is chatting around the corner, meeting new people at lunch. So I thought, well, let's try it online. Let's see how it goes. So I put up a Zoom link, and I hope it works, and I hope lots of people can share their views and experiences on the subject.
Okay.
See you at lunch.
Thank you, Natalie. It will be like a conference lunch, in fact, right? Sitting around the table, but this time on Zoom. Natalie, do you think you'll be using this app beyond the Ecsite Day? Because this meetup is going to happen today at lunch, but basically anyone can organize a meetup these days way beyond the Ecsite Day, during the fall, whenever you want to discuss something, have a talk, or you don't need to wait for an Ecsite event to actually do it. So we want to give the floor to the community to actually organize their events and then bring everyone together. Do you think you'll be using this tool beyond the day today?
Well, I like to experiment, so I'm sure I'm going to try and come up with something. So watch this space.
That's great.
Still on the subject of either health or research or something around there. Now that I'm not in a science center anymore, but still watching what the others are doing.
Great. Thank you, Natalie. Well, this
Good luck, everyone.
Thank you. This is what we wanted to tell you about the app. Dorothée, I guess you could come up. And we'll see everyone at the app. Explore the program, the different people. There's just so many nice faces. And actually, how many meetups right now? Over 15, I guess. Mm-hmm. Hi, Dorothée.
App is really great. I can see that Brad are using it already. By the way, Raquel, do you know what is that? A new object from our magical Ecsite box?
No idea. What is that, Dorothée?
You are from an old pharmacy. Okay, thanks Raquel and Auke for demonstrating this wonderful app. Bye-bye, see you later.
Bye-bye, ciao.
Brad, where are you? Yes. You mute, Brad. Yes, yeah. You're mute. Voila. It's okay.
I'm back with full voice. Now, Dorothée, I think we're running a little bit out of time, so I'm going to actually go straight for our keynote. I had some great ideas planned, but let's go right back down to you, Dorothée, and let's do a little bit of an introduction for our keynote, if that's possible.
Yeah, so now it's time for our keynote. So you are telling us. So please ask questions in the Q&A box below, and remember to upvote your favorite, so that we get to the questions most important to the community. Eric Marshall and Brooke Smith from the Kavli Foundation will tell you more about Nicolas Nova in a video starting in a few moments. And if you're watching us on rewatch, not if you're one of our live attendees on today, the best way to see this video is to pause Crowdcast now and go up and go to the YouTube channel of Ecsite. Okay, so now dear friends, while the video is loading, why do we do a little stretching, Brad?
I would love that. It's time to kind of move my body, which is slightly tense.